So, book of the month is something that I participate in, and I was looking at the July books and I saw this book and I was like, oh, that looks really cute. I read the little small, like 3 sentence paragraph that they include, and I was like, that's really cute, but I kind of want it in paperback. So I went on Amazon, realized it released the exact same day as this one, which I had already pre ordered, Overruled by Lana Ferguson. And I ended up purchasing, obviously, How Freaking Romantic by Emily Harding. Now, this is sort of a comparison blog, sort of I read, 2 books released on the same day revolving similar topics just to see what it would be like sort of blog. I didn't really have any desire to pick them both up at the same time, but I ended up doing so because how ironic is it that they released at the same time and they have very similar topics. How Freaking Romantic by Emily Harding revolves around a male main character. His name is Nathan. I don't know why I forgot Nathan. And he is representing one of Beatrice's friends in a divorce. So her friends were married and then they're getting a divorce, and he is representing the one that she's not sort of keeping, if that makes sense. And then they end up falling in hate first and then maybe love. Overruled by Lana Ferguson is about 2 characters, both of which are lawyers, both of which are divorce lawyers, and they are opposing counsel in a very, very big upcoming case. Danica is representing the wife, and Ezra is representing the husband in a divorce, and shenanigans ensue. Now, I will say that both of these books sort of deal with heavy topics, so make sure that you check into trigger warnings so that you don't end up in a situation that you're uncomfortable in. I personally didn't have an issue with either, but I would still check just to make sure that you won't.
So, the 2 books that I planned on reading both released today, July 1st. My plan is to try and read both of these before the 5th. So, I've got my hands full. I'm trying to decide which one I will pick up. I'm thinking whichever one is not an audiobook is the one that I will pick up. I was able to find this one on and as an audiobook, so that may be the route that I go, sort of tandem reading this one and physically reading this one. This is my second go at Lana Ferguson's writing. The first go I soft DNF'd. I'm not sure that I will pick it back up soon, but I hope to because I bought it and I paid money for it. Either way, I'm excited about this one because courtroom. They're both kind of legally. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and start this one while I get ready for bed.
It's the 4th of July. I started reading this book on the 1st when it came out, and let me explain what happened. Day 1, the 1st, I read 30 pages. Well, maybe not even 30 pages. I think that I read 15 pages on day 1. Then I read another 15 pages on the 2nd. And I didn't read anything yesterday because I went to work and we were told we could, be festive for the 4th of July since we're not working on the 4th of July. So I will insert what I did, which I was told I looked like Harley Quinn. It was giving Harley Quinn and not Freedom, but so that's what I did. So I didn't read anything, but I did start listening to How Freaking Romantic on audio. I have the book physically, but I was just trying to clean my house a little bit because I wanted to be able to relax on the 4th of July. So I cleaned my house a little bit, listened to the audiobook. I actually really like the audiobook. I was worried that reading 2 lawyery rom-com romance books back to back would be confusing, and or like if I read them at the same time, one on audio, one physically, it would be confusing. But I feel like they're different enough. Let me explain. While both of the main characters in both books, both female main character and male main character in both books are both lawyers, or one of them is about to become a lawyer, and both of the female main characters' parents are divorced, and both of them have a bad relationship with the male main character to start. They're incredibly different so far. Granted, I am 42 pages into this one. Commitment, ladies and gentlemen. I went inside and got it. I am roughly 58 pages into this one and 42 pages into this one. So right around 100-ish pages between the two of them. My goal remains to finish these two today because it is July 4th and tomorrow starts Summerween, and I can't have any more half-finished books in my life. So both of these will get completed today if it kills me. Here's why I started filming this clip right here. The very first thing I said to you was it's July 4th, okay? Check this out. Page 43. What are you bringing to the party? I frown. Party? The 4th of July party. Look, right there. There are the words right there. Where is it? Where did I find it? There you go. The 4th of July party. Isn't that fun? Isn't that so fun? These were released on the 1st of July. Today is the 4th of July. I'm finishing them today. 2 books in 3 days. Can I do it? 4 days? 3 days? First? Well, I mean, technically I didn't get them until end of the 1st. So does it really count as 4 days? I don't know. You let me know in the comments down below. I'm finishing these books. This is kind of red, white, and blue. It's kind of giving a little bit. And then this one could be red, white, and blue if it wasn't for the pink. Like if that was red. Look at that. Patriotism. Look at that. 4th of July. Look at that. Reading a book with the holiday that it currently is mentioned. So fun. Just got back from acquiring coffee and I realized I never told you how come I can tell the difference. Like, what is the difference between these two books? In this one, she is a lawyer, and the case that she's currently working, the wife that she's representing, the husband is being represented by the opposing counsel who she just happens to, and I don't think this is a spoiler because it's literally on page 1. She's definitely doing him. Literally opens up by saying this is the last time. So the opposing counsel, she's doing, absolutely doing him. And then in this one, it's her friends that are getting a divorce. And the female friend that she's sort of siding with, the friend that she was friends with before she met the other guy, is being represented. The guy is being represented by him. And she is upset with him because he is helping the friend's ex to take things from her. I'm going to go read now. We went and handled our familial obligations. We went to my husband's parents' house for about 2 hours for like a barbecue thing. Now we're back at our house and we're going to do fireworks. However, check out these fans that my mother-in-law had got for like prizes. My husband and I have just been playing with them since we got them. They're very fun. Anyways, let's talk about books. So I am pretty far through both of them. I'm about halfway through both of them. Now, I'm listening to this one on audiobook, so I did just double check, make sure I know where I'm at. I'm on chapter 17, which is page 193, and that is out of 343. So I'm over halfway done with this one, and I'm about halfway done with this one. I just love these fans. Anyways, this one I'm on page 230 out of, my God, is this one over 400 pages? Can I say something controversial? I always like have an issue when there's 300 pages of a book. Oh, this is a preview at another novel. Like romance books, I don't really feel like they should be that many pages. Like stick to under 380. Over 400, that's crazy. This is 391 pages. So 391, I'm on page 230. So I'm pretty far through both of them, actually. Do I think it's possible for me to finish both of these still tonight? I don't know. This one, I've been reading it pretty fast, I think. So I've got like 160 pages left of this one, and listening on 2.5 times speed. So I've got like an hour and 30 minutes left of this. So probably 3 hours, maybe 3-ish hours for the both of them together. So I'm going to go do fireworks with my family outside. I'm going to try and record it. So we'll see how it goes. Okay. I'm going to go gather my crap. And by gathering my crap, I really mean I'm going to go grab my lawn chair and sit outside for the 4th of July. I think it's crazy that this vlog takes place almost exclusively on the 4th of July. And these books, the more I read them though, like the more they are the same. And I wanted to explore because they're both like legal rom-coms. One is published by Berkeley and the other one is published by Gallery Books. I threw it on the floor, but they came out on the same day. And they're both lawyers and they're both dealing with divorce and they're both like in love with opposing counsel. Well, no, in hate with opposing counsel. It's crazy. Like that's really like what are the odds? Like that's wild. All right, I'm gonna go do fireworks and then I'm gonna come back and invest about 3 hours in reading. Midnight tonight. Whatever I haven't finished, cut off. Starting spooky. Summerween. Fireworks are done. I am getting ready. It's like 10 o'clock. I am a little tired, so I'm a little concerned that I won't be able to get this done because it's 10 o'clock and I have both of these still left to read. My cutoff is midnight.
I'm gonna have to stop reading. I'm like literally falling asleep. I had to stop reading physically, so I switched to the audiobook. I don't know how much I've listened to, but the main character is absolutely insufferable. They're like ridiculous. The miscommunication, she says something intentionally to hurt him. He overreacts, she overreacts. This is no longer a good time. I don't know what to do. I don't want to DNF another book. Like, it's all I've done.
Well, it's July 5th, which means that Summerween has officially started. However, before I can get to my spooky little picks, I have to conclude this blog. The main character, as I alluded to previously, is so incredibly insufferable. The mailman character is they are so incredibly insufferable. Her mother is insufferable. The entire book was pretty insufferable. Her friends were insufferable. Now, this does deal with a heavy topic that I wasn't necessarily expecting. Obviously, I didn't do any research into this book. I saw it on Book of the Month, and I decided I'd rather have the paperback copy. The rest is history. However, I was incredibly annoyed the entire time, and I'm grateful that I listened to this one on audio because I really feel like if I had been reading this physically the entire time, I would have DNF'd. I really believe I would have DNF'd. I've got nothing. Like this book, I feel like I'm having a little bit of a hard time explaining my thoughts because this book took me less time than I was expecting because, like I said, I did read it on audio. But the entire time I was sitting there, every decision that the characters made, I was going, like the entire time. Every decision that she made, every decision that he made, all of the friends' decisions. The only redeeming quality of this book for me was the professor. I really liked the professor. Now, like I said, it does deal with some heavy topics, so trigger warning for substance abuse, but the professor was my favorite character. I didn't like her. I didn't like him. I didn't like my time. I don't know that I will be picking up anything in the future from Emily Harding because if all of her characters are insufferable in this book, what is to lead me in any direction that her future books or her past books wouldn't be also incredibly insufferable main characters? So I will be passing on this one. This is I 2 stars. Now, this one, on the other hand, I really actually really enjoyed. So, my favorite character in this one was probably Ezra. I enjoyed Ezra, followed by Mr. Purgood, which is Ezra's cat. I think that the push and pull, the will they won't they of this book was significantly better than this one for many reasons. However, I feel like this one is going to be a book I recall fondly. I think that I would probably continue to read Lana Ferguson's writing. I have one book already by her that I kind of started and then put down, so eventually I will pick that one back up. There is also a little bit of a sneak preview for her future book, The Mating Game, which I will probably also pick up. I've also heard really good things about The Nanny. This is my second time with Lana Ferguson, however, my first time actually completing a novel, and I will say that I will probably go back and finish the book that I low-key started. I think that this book added more complex topics than this one, despite them both dealing with a little bit of real life like issues. His father is not a good person, and we sort of explore bits and pieces of that throughout the book. So it's not just a romance, and I really enjoy when other aspects are brought into it that make the characters feel more real, that make the characters feel like real people, that make the scenarios feel like real life and not just a rom-com. So I enjoyed this book quite a bit. I think this is a 4 star for me, and I think I will, like I said, continue to pick up anything that Lana Ferguson writes, including the book that I already have but haven't finished. It's not really a surprise to me that I preferred this one after having finished this one. Really, after having spent maybe an hour listening to the audiobook, I thought I was having a good time, and very quickly I realized that all of the main characters are incredibly insufferable, and I wish to never read any of them again. However, I would gladly pick up sort of like a sequel maybe to this. I would love to have these characters. I would love an, what are they called when it's interconnected? I would love some more interconnected standalone romance series from this author set in this world. I really enjoyed it. I'd like maybe even like part two. I enjoyed every aspect of this, even with his mother. I enjoyed that portion of it. I enjoyed the side characters and her friends as well. I don't think that there was a character in here that didn't feel really fleshed out and not sort of like one or even two-dimensional. So very good. 4 stars. Highly recommend this book. So that's it. 2 books released on the same day, albeit by different publishers, both revolving around divorce lawyers, and we have a clear winner. Right, that is going to be it for this video. If you like this video, if you read either of these books, let me know in the comments down below. What did you think of them? Do you have similar opinions? Were these characters insufferable to you? Did you love these characters? Let me know all the things in the comments down below.